Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Man, I know y'all are excited just like I am. This fight is going down December 19th. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury in the trilogy. The WBC just came out and confirmed it. I will put an article in the comment section. You guys can click it, read it, come to your own surmise. But I'm sure you guys know about this already. I can't wait for the trilogy, man. But one thing that I noticed, I was looking at certain media outlets, Sky Sports, shouts out to Sky Sports, shouts out to World Boxing News. But the way they're presenting this, you guys, in my opinion, I want to hear you guys' opinion about it, is if like Sky Sports here, right? Tyson Fury must face Dillian Whyte next. If he defeats Deontay Wilder again, WBC confirms. And then World Boxing News has WBC confirmed Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3 date. Dillian Whyte is next. Well, where are you getting to, Mr. Boxing? It's like the way they're giving it to us as if like it's going to be Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury. You know, just with the pictures and just the way they're putting the headlines. And my thing is, it's not a foregone conclusion that Dillian Whyte beat Povetkin, y'all. I'm favoring Dillian Whyte in that fight. I'm edging him in that fight, but it is not a foregone conclusion because Povetkin has something left in the tank. And looking at the way that Dillian Whyte, even though he is getting wins in these fights, he is going tooth and nail in these fights with Parker and Rivas and Marius Wack. And there's another, I'm just going off the top. I'm trying to think of the Chisora fights. Like, this dude is scraping for victories. You know what I mean? So it's and Povetkin will be in shape, and he does have a left hook, and Dillian Whyte does get hit. He likes to bring it, but he does get hit as well. His jab will be a key in this fight, in my opinion, but just painting it as if like, oh, the winner gets Dillian Whyte, as if you don't have Povetkin in a couple weeks. I don't know about that, but hey, man, we're going to see. Like I said, I'm edging Dillian Whyte, but it's no foregone conclusion, and it's definitely not a foregone conclusion that Tyson Fury is just going to beat Deontay Wilder. I know he'll be the favorite, but I'm just saying, it just seems like the media is just presenting it like, oh, Tyson Fury was versus Dillian Whyte next, you know. So, but what I will say is, what if this turns out to be Wilder versus Povetkin? Now, we know they're supposed to fight in 2016. It didn't happen. Povetkin with the meldonium and all that shit that went on with that. And I've been saying over the last 4 years, I still want to see Povetkin versus Deontay Wilder down the line somehow, somewhere. There's a plethora of fights that I still would like to see just based on matchups and styles and how I think the, you know, just the promotion of the fights. Like Dillian Whyte versus Jarrell Miller is a fight that I would still like to see. I know Jarrell, he's failing all types of drug tests. Somewhere down the road, maybe if that can happen in the future sometimes. You know, Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, still another fight I would like to see. There's I can make a whole bunch of fights I still want to see. You know what I mean? But Wilder versus Povetkin is definitely one of them. I still want to see that for some odd reason. But yeah, man, the way that I'm looking at it, and I want to hear you guys' opinion, man, about how some of these websites are kind of just like the pictures they're putting out and the way they're wording this article about this news, as if like it's going to be Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte, which may well could happen. But both these guys got to win fights, man. This is boxing, y'all, and especially the heavyweights too. When Deontay Wilder has a right hand like that, and Povetkin has a left hook like that, where it could be Povetkin versus Wilder. But however this turns out, whether it's Wilder versus Dillian Whyte or it's Povetkin versus Tyson Fury, I'm just glad that we're getting closer to you know, cleaning all this up with the rematch, and then the winner fighting the mandatory. And then hopefully, man, if Joshua, whoever has all the belts on that side, we can get an undisputed, man. I know we've been talking about this for years, and it's time, boxing. It's time, man. It's time, you guys. It's sanctioned bodies. It's time. We crowned Usyk. We crowned Terrence Crawford when they went undisputed, and we worked that out. It's time, you guys. Come on, man. We haven't had an undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis. Let's stop the shenanigans, man. I don't care who's your favorite fighter. I don't care who you think is a bum. Come on, y'all. Let's lobby for this, man. Undisputed. You know what I mean? So Wilder and Fury, y'all get it on. Y'all take on the winner out of Povetkin and Dillian Whyte. Anthony Joshua, I know they're talking about you fighting Pulev next. Also in December. They send the first week of December for that one. So December's a month to take care of everything. And let's do it tournament style, man. You know what I mean? Let's get this undisputed, y'all. But they send that the winner has to fight, the winner out of Fury and Wilder has to fight the winner out of Dillian Whyte and Povetkin the first quarter of next year, or the first, you know, early next year. And we kind of already knew this, so I guess Mauricio Suleiman just kind of reiterating what we already knew, because we know that the Wilder and Fury fight is supposed to take place in July last month, but you know, for the pandemic, everything got pushed back. But we already knew that, because even then when the fight was going to happen in July, they were saying that Dillian Whyte will get his title shot in like February of 2021. But since everything got pushed back, the winner of the Fury versus Wilder will have to fight the interim champion, whoever that is, Whyte, Povetkin, early 2021. So just giving my opinion on all this, man. But it is no foregone conclusion, man, that just, you know, it's going to be Povetkin, or it's going to be, Whyte versus Fury, or it's going to just be Whyte, period. You know what I mean? But you guys, let me think in the comment section. I'm gone.